Alright, so today's video I want to talk about the latest movie Top Gun. Mainly two questions people probably thinking. First is why aren't we using F-22 or F-35 in the movie where the enemy has the 5th generation stealth? That looks like a Su-57. So, and second question is, oh, let me check my notes. Oh, second question is, after Tom Cruise gets shot down, why is the F-14 in the enemy territory? So, or if some people don't know, maybe they think, why is Tom Cruise able to fly an enemy plane? But before you say it's just a movie, I think there's a good explanation. But let me showcase some of my model here. This is I probably should get a model for F-14. This is one of my favorite planes from the Russian side, the Su-27. And then this F5, I thought it was beautifully colored, so I bought it. Has nice detail in the cockpit. Alright. Also, at the end of the video, I'll show some museum where you can see a F-14, and F-14 is pretty rare to see in a museum. So first one, I think the movie mentioned about GPS or something. I only see the movie once, so I'm not sure if it has a reason why we don't use the F-35. And then my friend was telling me America should be the best. I mean, even in movies. So, here's what I think would be a good explanation. Because movie doesn't say it take place in 2022. So if this was taken a couple years ago, where we only have F-18 on the carrier version, and we have the F-22, which is stealth, but it cannot be launched from an aircraft carrier. And then F-35 still in development. So the movie could hint that the F-35 is still under development, which this country we are having this mission is far away, so it has to be launched from an aircraft carrier. I think that would be a very good explanation. And also, if you see in the movie, there's steam coming out from the catapult, so that's showing it's an older ship, so doesn't have the electromagnetic launch system. And so, and then, but some people can say we can take out F-22 from the United States base and air refuel all the way to Iran. Okay, I'll explain later why I think it's Iran. So the drawback of that is if the aircraft get damaged, you need to find somewhere to land quickly. So if it's thousands of miles away from home, even though you have air refuel, that will be dangerous. So just like the end of the movie where Tom Cruise barely make it to the carrier. So you want a carrier waiting outside so you can limp home your half-broken aircraft. So, and about air refueling, you can look up the Falkland War, where British by air refueling flew thousands of miles to, I believe it was near Argentina, but in the near the end of video, I'll show some pictures and stuff. So of course, I saw some articles outside the movie explanation. You could say because there's no two-seater version for F-35, so it'd be hard to film. So someone told me Tom Cruise didn't pilot the airplane, so he was in the back seat, but someone piloted in the front. And plus, on the F-35, there will be no awesome dogfighting scenes. So, but I think my explanation is good. Then the second part is what why Tom Cruise was able to fly away using the enemy aircraft. So if in case you didn't know, that's F-14, which is in the first movie. I think everybody should know. So actually, Iran is the only country outside United States that operate this airplane, and there's a reason it's so rare in the museum because we don't want the spare parts get to them, so we scrap most of our F-14, which is a shame. It's a beautiful airplane, has a swing wing design, so the wing can be straightened out for short takeoff and then swept back to for accelerate. But even in the movie, does the Tom Cruise make sure the wing is swept out because he has less runway for him. I thought that was a nice touch. And so let's see. You can look up the history of F-14. So there was a period where we were a good relationship with Iran, and we sold them those planes. And I read it's even just for the radar, so it's very powerful. So they use it as the early warning plane. So when it's airborne, it helps detect other enemy plane because they just don't have any sophisticated weapon in Iran. And so when Tom Cruise was first shot down, I thought that was over, just like they killed off Han Solo. So I thought that was, I couldn't think of how he would come back. So that was a nice touch. And yeah, the moment I saw he was running towards the F-14 in the enemy base, my subconscious thought that country must be Iran. So even after I come out of the movie, my friend said they never mentioned the enemy country, but some reason I was so convinced that it's Iran. And I was really excited to see F-14 because I knew the main plane in the movie was F-18. So going in, I was a bit disappointed. It's like going to the LA Auto Show and say for example, your favorite car is a fourth generation Supra, and going in the car show, you're not going to see that there. You're probably only going to see 2022 Camry. So going in there, I was disappointed that I won't see the F-14. But I thought this is an interesting discussion. I haven't heard people bring this up, and I don't want to dismiss it. Some people will dismiss it and say it's just a movie, but I think this is real world explanation for these things. So I love this kind of reality based fiction. Um, just like two people might debate who will win in a face to face fight between Yoda and Palpatine. Just because it's a fiction, it's still interesting to think about. One last thing where my friend bring up was in the movie in the enemy country is snow, so he questioned whether does it snow in Iran. So I thought maybe that's the only thing they changed to to be not 100% the same. So this plane, I believe the insignia, this is the Iran color scheme. Okay, so let's go to my computer to show some stuff on the this will save me edit. You can skip ahead a couple minutes. Oh.
我是跟你讲说，看是你不需要的啊，这样子，不是 CPR， 讲错了 ，PCR。
So, if you're in California, you can go to Yank Air Museum in Chino. So, this is blocked by other plane, but this is the F-14 here. It's a very good museum. You should check it out. And this, I'm very proud. This is a F-5 donated by Taiwan. So behind it, it has a F-18 Blue Angels. And I'm glad this, I believe there's a flag in this museum. So I'm glad that they are proud and not worried about Chinese government and willing to show that. It's also, yeah, let's talk about more. So this is what I was referring to, the air-to-air refueling in the Falkland War. You can read up on it. Oh, someone told me they have refueling tanker refueling another tanker so they can reach destination. So this is F-14 I see at the Ronald Reagan Library. But that area was chained off. I couldn't get close to it. And then the cockpit was not clear. It looks like some not plastic, but black, non-transparent. So, okay, and one last thing, unrelated.